It's a school district facing significant budget challenges. The Robbinsdale School District faces a $17 million deficit. It's why it's thankful to take advantage of new state legislation. The Robbinsdale School Board recently renewed its nearly $25 million operating levy. Revenue from the levy pays for salaries, benefits, and other expenses. New state legislation gave the board a one-time chance to renew the levy without asking for voter approval.
What this does for our district is provide economic certainty. Not that budget cuts aren't going to still occur in the future.
The messaging is not there for me yet, so I'm worried about what this is saying to our community.
Because of the legislation, voters in the district won't be able to weigh in on the levy. However, voters will see the district's capital project levy on their ballots this November. Meanwhile, the Robbinsdale School Board officially hired a new superintendent. The Robbinsdale School Board approved a 3-year contract with Terry Stallo this past week. Stallo was previously a superintendent of Prior Lake Savage Schools. The board unanimously approved the contract. Meanwhile, a Brooklyn Center council vote could leave a housing project unfinished.
I don't think that project fits well on that property, so I will be voting no.
A developer was planning to build 6 triplexes on less than an acre of land. The neighbors near 70th and Brooklyn Boulevard posted yard signs in protest. The council rejected those plans, but that vote also puts another project at risk. The same developer started building triplexes down the street, which is now facing foreclosure because it was seeking to use both projects to refinance.
It's a thin margin already. Because we're not trying to make a killing, otherwise we would have done it elsewhere. But we're invested in Brooklyn Center because I grew up here.
If the developer can't refinance, the lender might seize both properties. Rising costs are making it more difficult for some pet owners to provide care for their pet. But as Emily Haugen reports, some unexpected funding for the Animal Humane Society could help.
I know, are you so excited?
At the clinic,
we want to try and do the most for the most.
Dr. Graham Brayshaw and his staff work with hundreds of patients every week.
We have a low-cost clinic that really got fully up and running during the pandemic.
Those patients are our pets, and their checkups are supposed to be just as routine as our own. For half of pet owners, Brayshaw says that's not the case.
You're dealing with hundreds of thousands of animals just in the Twin Cities alone that don't get regular vet care. So the needs out there are tremendous.
Many pet owners can't afford it or don't have the time to take their animal in. Low-cost clinics, like this one at the Animal Humane Society in Golden Valley, help shave down costs for some pet owners.
We wanted to set something up to not just help those that really can't afford vet care, period, but even some stuck in the middle that are really being pushed out of being able to get into the vet clinic. Get access to care for their animals.
Brayshaw says they see a high volume of pets every day. He wants that number to grow. A $1.1 million grant from PetSmart could make that dream a reality.
We have 5-ish vets during the past year. We want to get up to at least 8 veterinarians right now.
Brayshaw hopes this helps more pets and more people.
It really is heartwarming, even on the veterinarian side of things, to experience it when you're going in, because they know that we are the most affordable clinic in town, that we're able to provide care that they couldn't afford otherwise.
In Golden Valley, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
The Brooklyn Center Travel Agency is bringing some new life to an aging strip mall. Janie Seabury is the owner of Kavala Travel, which opened recently at Shingle Creek Center near the former Target store. The native of Liberia started her business after seeing a need for the area's large immigrant population.
The immigrants, especially the first generation, we don't forget about home when we come here. We always want to keep in touch with our family. So the immigrant community is very huge here. So I thought that let me serve my people.
An estimated 4,500 African immigrants from Somalia, Liberia, and Nigeria call the Northwest Suburbs home. Finally, this segment, a deeper dive into the self-proclaimed restaurant capital of Minnesota. We stop by Maple Grove's Brick and Bourbon.
We're an elevated eatery. We want to give that 5-star service, so we have a scratch kitchen, craft cocktails.
So this is the lemon bluito, this is the apricot mojito, and then this is the berry white tea.
Every once in a while,
The target demographic is people that want something different, and we offer that in a good way.
a restaurant comes along that appeals to multiple demographics.
And you could come in business attire, you come in shorts and a t-shirt, but everybody kind of feels like they belong.
Whether you're a cocktail aficionado,
Now the magic happens.
foodie,
We've got our chicken caprese sandwich.
or someone who simply wants a nice ambiance,
It's new and different, and it's wide open. I enjoy the atmosphere.
Maple Grove's Brick and Bourbon has you covered.
I would say there's something for everybody here. Even if you're not a drinker, they have, great food, great atmosphere, good service. It's a good place.
Good place that opened to considerable fanfare nearly 6 years ago.
It's been amazing. The town has been so supportive of us since day one. Day one, line out the door.
Gary Sivier is the owner of Brick and Bourbon.
We did something a little different than everybody else did. Everybody has something amazing, great here, here, and here. But we kind of fit this little niche that was missing.
So this is our jalapeno pull-apart.
Take, for example, the kitchen. It's more than your typical bar food.
So we've got our bourbon burger here with our onion strings, fried onion strings, and also our pork belly on there.
And all of the meals, whether it's wontons or burgers, are made from scratch.
There's not a bad item.
And then there are the cocktails.
So it's breakfast inspired.
Some of the drinks also come with a bit of a show. Take, for instance, the Smoking Gun Maple Old Fashioned, put under glass and immersed in smoke to maximize the flavor. It's the kind of experience that keeps people coming back for more.
Even if you're not a bourbon drinker, they have a lot of good mixed drinks. So really, it's for everybody.